How's everyone going? Okay. Yeah, we're bright and early today. Or late, depending on where we are. But it should be a different time. Definitely a different time. So, today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building the wharf for over there. So, what we need to do is we need to take off all of our armor because we don't want it. Instead, we want this fancy new armor from over here because all of this has water protection and we really need the water protection because what the water protection is going to do is it's going to stop us from drowning. Dra, I'm doing good. How are you going? And if we just put all of this on our armor stand, we're not going to lose it. So yeah, today's going good. Hey Chibu! Yeah, we're early. It's I almost forgot that we were streaming early and I was like, oh yeah! I set the stream up for early. So, we have the path marked out for going this way. So we have a nice big trench. And we have our material. Oh, we have forgotten something. We need to take off our flying backpack and swap it for a swimming backpack. Because otherwise we may have some troubles. And basically, the backpack we need is this one. It sounds a bit gross when you pick it up. So we're going to do this trick instead. Because otherwise it sort of sounds like this. And it's just gross. Oh. We don't fly anymore. This is probably going to mess us up a few times. The thought processes that we can bring out a long extension up here. And then we have basically a ramp going down like so. And then here it goes out flat again until about here when we have another ramp going down. And then we do that one more time out to the ocean when we have basically from here. Oh, this is so weird. Oh, this is so weird. We need to do this because this backpack lets us breathe underwater. And what happens? Oh, I'm so expecting to be hurt. I did some tests. We have about, I think it's 2 minutes of being in the water before we start getting hurt. But this, we can take out to about here. And then we can have big, long pylons out into the water. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So let's get out of the water. So what we need... Oh no, we have our quartz. I'm thinking that we go with... mainly blackstone, endstone, and quartz. And do a mixture with blackstone being the base. And then have quartz being the second most used block, followed by endstone. What do you guys think? Oh, this is so weird. I'm fully, like, I'm half expecting the enchantments to, like, burn out or something. Like, we're not taking damage, but it's so weird. This is cursed. And we come with an emergency boat. It's going to be like a giant wharf thing. So somewhere where ships can come and dock and explore and stuff. And I'll just turn on the night vision because the night vision turning on and off from the squid backpack is going to probably be a pain. And nope, it seems to still... It did not work. Is it? Okay, never mind. We're just going to have to deal with it. So basically, this is going to be a wharf where we can have ships show up. I'm probably going to have to practice building a ship because I have never ever built a ship in Minecraft. Like, that is probably the one thing I have never built. And we can have big cranes and things picking things up off ships and things like that. And it'll probably actually be better if we have this raised out of the water, something like this. Because when it comes to ships, they usually have their, what's it called? The gangplanks and stuff a bit out of the water. And when it comes to... Oh yeah, drown's a whole thing that we're going to have to deal with building this. I totally forgot about drowned. Oh my goodness. So what'll happen is... Oh, this is so weird doing things with water again. We can go and investigate underwater things now. This is great. This is awesome. Okay. Also, I'm like no, I counted the chapters. It's like 11 chapters. Which are 10 minutes each from the end of the Odyssey, which yay, this has taken so long. I'm remembering why I don't normally go for audiobooks. But it's been a good story to follow. I wouldn't have normally gone for it, but I'm glad I did. Okay, so by doing a basic outline, we'll be able to have a general idea on what kind of thing we want to do with this. And where we want the big long, I'm not sure what you call them, big long arms going out into the water. Because we can go ahead and from here, and we'll be removing this yellow terracotta because we really don't need it. And it's not really going to look good long term. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. These should be able to come out sort of this way. And so we'll have basically about this much of a length going out, and we'll have a couple of these spokes. And with these spokes, we'll be able to have these being the docking points where ships can come out. And we can have like little docking points and big docking points and things like that. Hi, fish. I am a fish now. I am a safe Enderman. I come with a wetsuit. No. No, it would be a dry suit. Dry suits are the things that keep you dry. Wetsuits are the things that keep you wet. Like, I learned about that recently. Like, wetsuits are wetsuits because... Yeah. Because we have water protection. And this is keeping me safe. And I tested it out. We can be in the water for about 2 minutes. And the reason why we have water breathing is because of the backpack I'm wearing. This one. It's a squid backpack. And it gives us basically conduit power. And that's why when we leave the water, things start flashing and looking awkward. And yeah. We can still throw our pearls. It's just really kind of awkward. They do the awkward bubble and thing. And we'll be able to go looking for ores and stuff now. But it does mean that all of our protection and stuff, it's literally water protection. It's all geared towards protecting us about the water rather than protecting us against mobs and everything. So if we run into tridents and things, wait, did I bring... We did not bring a shield. So yeah, we will have to be inventive about that. But hey, it's okay. Ba-ba-ba. So I'm thinking, now that we've got a section of wall here, we can look at a generalized design. I'm thinking that we can go with something like 4, 5. Go 5 wide. And then go with something like this as a general base, just as color blocking. And that'll make it so that we're able to have a large area look like it's very fancy, it's very designed and stuff like that. We do take a moment out of the water so that we don't start hurting, which is going to be the entire name of this game. Get out of the water so we don't hurt. Like, I really did consider playing Merling at the start of this, but because with Merling, you're able to just swim to your heart's content and be like, yes, we go anywhere, we are free. But on the other hand, we'd never get to the end. In fact, trying to get to the end would be such a pain. Like, I'm not sure how we'd do it. Let alone trying to get blaze powder. We'd probably have to get it from dungeons underwater, which do exist, but there would be much trouble. So it would have been an interesting time for things. For Eyes of Ender, like, you only need blaze powder for Eyes of Ender, potions, that sort of thing. I don't think... Oh, I really don't like that flashing effect. Maybe if I turn up the gamma, it'll save the flashing effect? I can't think of any other time that you need blaze powder, and I think what we'll do is, instead of worrying about this deep cave area, we'll just do it like this. And we will adopt this copper because copper is nice, we like copper, and we have the opportunity of actually getting it. Oh. Wait, is this okay? Okay, we can come across here. Because I can't think of... Oh! Who's hitting me? Bad zombie. I can't think of anything else that immediately uses blaze powder. Just potions and Eyes of Enter. No, I think that's just it. Because with that, you're able to get I would love to, but unfortunately, one of the mods I've installed has messed up my JEI. So, I'll just pop up here. And, like, you can probably hear me typing. Another... like, because I did a lot of back-end remodding. And to get some better, what's the word? FPS? And one of them screwed it up. Yeah. Yeah, I got a mechanical keyboard. Although I went with linear switches, I'm just a heavy typer. It's just like, I thump. Although, personally speaking, I do like mechanical keyboards much better than, what's it called? Huh? Electronic keyboards. Let's just call them electronical keyboards for now. Because, like, you feel the click-clacks. The click-clacks is where it's at, personally speaking. Because it's just like, yeah, I feel the tactile feedback. And I know if I've actually pressed these keys. Although it does make sometimes a little bit of a problem for if like I'm streaming and then I'm like, yes, I'm getting really into this. And then then there sometimes gets to be click-clack happening, and then I'm like, oh no, you gotta tone it down. You gotta tone it down. You gotta chill. Let the keyboard breathe. Is that how it goes? Let the keyboard breathe? Oh well, the keyboard's breathed now. Speaking of which, we need to breathe and eat. And now we have a basic wall area. We'll be able to fill in some of this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Oh, thank you. Yes, chill. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't talk about the zombies. The zombies are out to get us. We don't talk about them, they won't get us. I'm sure that's how it works. Right? Right? If it isn't, I think I'm doomed. Because then what we can do... Oh, hey, congratulations. Oh, no, it's not congratulations. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck on your exams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you do really well. And see ya. Bum, bum, ba. Yeah, Exams can be really tough. So yeah, get all the sleep you can. Bye-bye. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take these basic sections and we'll do these basic patterns, and then once we've got the general area planned out, we'll go ahead and we'll pattern it so that all of the areas have both this basic pattern, and then we'll basically block out the different areas so that it matches to the different areas. Kind of like an airport matches to, you know, this is the international area, this is the departure area, this is the whatever area. And speaking of which, I think we've just run out of smooth quartz. I did not think we'd use up that much smooth quartz in this little amount of time. So, let's quickly go and fix that. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Because I believe we can be smart about this, and what we can do is... Nope. Nope. No. If we go this way, and then what we can do is in here, we have a whole bunch of smooth quartz. Perfect. And we'll put that in our backpack. And then the rest of it, we're going to be smart about this. And we are going to go and grab either a smart funnel or just a normal funnel. Looks like we've only got a normal funnel, but that's okay. And we're going to take this, and we are going to... Well, we're going to do something similar to that. We're going to take a chest, and we're going to go this way. We don't need that. Yep. We don't have feather falling on our boots, and this hurts. Oh, this is so weird. Swapping away from the flying backpack hurts. Okay, so this is our automatic furnace. What happens is the fan blows the hot down onto here, and what we need to do is we need to go one of these, and then one of these, and then one of... We need to move this back. Come on, come on, come on. Right. Like so, and then like so. Then like... We need to make this... Okay, so we need to squidge that longer so it ends up on there. I think I did that right? I think I did that wrong. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Okay. Basically, what's going to happen is that is going to spurt items onto the little plate when we want them to, and then it'll automatically smelt them for us. And that way, we will be able to automatically have items free of charge. As soon as we find... Oh, speaking of which, gilded blackstone, we want that. Oh no. I think we may have lost something important. This is not ideal. Okay, we are looking for our wrench. I think I may have put it somewhere funny. Speaking of which, TNT, it's always good to know. Wait. I spent days looking for that helmet. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think it might be faster just to make a new wrench. Okay, let's do that. So, piece of gold, and then we need a shaft, and then we need a little itty bitty cog. which means another cog. Another shaft. Okay. Ba-ba! Piece of wood. We do not have a normal piece of wood, so we'll make another piece of wood. Whoop. And this is how we end up with 1,000,001 tools. Kinda happens. So 1 and 2 and 3. What am I missing? Wrench. Oh, okay. We need more gold. Well, we were almost there. Show me the wrench. 1 and 2 and 3. Wait, what did we do wrong? Wrench. Oh my goodness, it's a stick. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Now we'll be able to do it. We should be able to do it. Speaking of which, if we can't do it, we'll use one of these. How? Because what this does is it goes ahead and means we can... Come on. Okay. Then it's this one that can stretch it out long. Hopefully. How are you supposed to stretch it out long again? You can stretch these out long. I just don't remember how. Put up here. How did we stretch this out long last time? You know what? Never mind. We are just going to do this the same way of going and moving this back even one further. That is a pickaxe. You know what? While we're doing this, we're just going to go and have some sanity, please. We go one there and then... You know what? We can use some other tools at a later date, and we are going to put this in. We are going to be sane people and not do this. Because what is supposed to happen is it's supposed to do this. I go over here. It's supposed to look like this. Oh, these are the wrong things. That's not that. What is that? Oh, no, that is that. I just removed its funnel. Its item. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so that is the funnel. Okay, okay. So we were doing that right. Okay. So therefore, we messed things up. We messed things up somewhere. Okay. New plan. Thought of plan. I don't know what this plan is. We still need to do the smelting of the thing. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Because what's stopping this from doing its thing is that. However, now we have lava going everywhere. No problem. We can go like that. We still have lava going everywhere. This was not what I intended to be doing. Oh dear. Okay. Let's go find a bucket so we can put the lava in there. Okay, so basically, we need to... How to snow this? Stop falling off things. That's what we need to be doing. Stop falling off things. Okay. We go ahead and we go and just yoink. Perfect. Okay. So, in theory, how did that wood not burn? Oh no, wait, the wood is attached to water. There we go. Now we understand the mystery of the unburning wood. Okay, so we move the chest forward. And then we put this there. That's in the wrong spot. We really should have our axe. We do not have our axe. Mostly because our axe has gone missing again. So, there. There. Meaning that this is going to be splatting items there. Okay. So we're still getting air going down. Meaning that we'll be able to put lava there. Okay. We're getting the particles. So, now... Okay, that's all the smooth quartz. We move everything up into there. And then we grab all of this. Why is it doing this? Thank you. And we put it in here. Ta-da! We can come back to this later. And that'll eventually just do its thing. Because that's cooking, and we will have it. Free of charge. Easy peasy. So we can safely ignore this and run away. We can ignore it. As long as we have our items back, please. Thank you. Because it's fine. It's dandy. It's easy. Cheers. Oh, loads of creepers. Hello. Welcome. So, today we are building a wharf. We are also running the Origins mod. So, normally we can't go in the water, but we have water protection on today, so we can. And welcome. How is things? Ba-ba-ba. Also, I'm spelling, and we get up to mischief here. Da-da-da-da-da. Mostly in the form of just like mischief builds. All sorts of mischief builds. I think over here? Yes. And I'm thinking that will come in later on with some Viridian. And also, hear me out on this, lightning rods. And I think that'll be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of thinking what we'll do is we'll, instead of continuing the pattern via numbers, we'll center the pattern here so that it actually looks good, rather than being all awkward like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that means it'll be about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This This is exactly what I mean by the water being evil. It's evil, I tell you. Out to get us. Even when we're wearing our lovely water protection. It waits until we're not looking, and then it starts hurting. Okay, so by doing it that way, we're going to actually have it look a lot more balanced rather than going and basically having it just flow around like tape. Wait, did we count out the right amount? That's 2 on that side and 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did not. Okay, so we need to remove that one. Counting is also... I think the counting is on the water's side. I think they're teaming up. That's what's happening. The water and the counting are teaming up. They're going to get us. It's going to be horrible. But it's okay. We are going to outthink this counting and this water team up situation. Bum, bum. There we go. It's going to be fine and dandy. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, Dolphin. Okay, and with this, we'll just come down sort of... So we don't need to do the entire cave. It's just how it is. And so we can actually just come down like so and across. Because we probably are not going to be using this entire place. So by going... Are you okay there? I'm sorry to say, but there's a wall there. You can't go through there anymore, buddy. There we go. A happy dolphin. Much better. Bum, 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 bum. And we'll also be building this, like... Oh. That is not something I considered. As well, we have our whole, water protection on. We can't protect from the rain very well. Unless we've got our brolly going on. It doesn't give us a break from the rain. Maybe we hide underneath a tree for a moment or two? Think that'll give us a breather? Here we go. Okay. This is a good idea, yeah? Alright, we got a good idea of this going on. Oh my goodness. Dolphin Dasher. Oh, how lovely. Also, for those of you that are new, the odd achievements that we're seeing are from Blazes and Caves. They're more custom achievements that pop up, and they do come with some very odd achievements that we can go hunting for at later stages. There we go. And like, with story-wise, with Odyssey, it's interesting seeing the worldview that is expressed, especially how the story's gone through, and the fact that it's not expressed as an oddity or anything like that. It's expressed as just a fact of life. As anything like that. It's expressed as, yeah, this is just how it is, and everyone knows this. And, like, it's expected that everyone knows that you are welcome if someone is allowing you at the table, then you have specific rules and regulations to follow. And all of these other things. And it feels quite almost fantastical, even though it isn't. And it feels a lot more whole than most fantasy books that I've read. And it's been quite an interesting reading experience. Although, I will admit, I will be very grateful to finish the Odyssey, because audiobooks are... this whole experience has reminded me why audiobooks are not my thing. But it has been a really great experience to actually just listen to it and appreciate it. And let's get that arm decorated before we get on to anything else. That'll probably be good. We'll take a break under the tree so that we can get our enchantments back up and working, and then we'll get going. And what we'll do is we will mirror that side. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here. Because what that'll do is when we're actually coming across, everything will look better once we're on the surface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it'll just flow better. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. One, two, three, 4, 5. Should be it. And basically, we can go through and properly decorate this and make it look posh and maybe not drown. And heck, we can even go treasure hunting if we want later on. I think, personally, that having the ability to go underwater is really, really cool. And we can have a lot of fun with this. Do. Oh, wait, did we... Oops. Perfect. And we'll grab some more. So what's going to be happening is we're going to be raising it up like that much. So that we'll be able to have a walkway and stuff like that. That rain really hurts when it breaks through the enchantment. It's just like, yeah, we are not messing around. One, two, three, four, five. Yep, that. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking, because this city is supposed to be a rather busy port city. And it's supposed to be thriving on its trade and stuff. But if we go with... what's it called? A sort of idea of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... of basically having a lot of materials just around. It should give the idea that this is actually quite busy, I think. Okay, so now we should be able to do most of this outside stuff fairly easily. In fact, when we catch it out in the sunshine in the sleep time next, we'll sleep so that we can get rid of the rain and get this all done at once. Perfect. Although, I'm quite excited because I was watching Azuma's channel a few days ago. Was it a few days ago? Yesterday? Something like that. And seeing the bug squashing and the fact that now when it comes down to it, you're actually able to do the whole crouch and walk and still being able to not actually activate stuff, or it detects you on the right sets of blocks, and I'm just like, oh yay, finally. Because that was always such a weird bug. Like, it always ended up so odd. Like, that is not in the right place. And I always thought that was actually its intended purpose. So hearing that it wasn't was quite strange to me. And it does lead to some interesting opportunities for sound design in your ambient walking textures. I was falling and hitting trees is definitely not helping, I don't think. But that is probably part of the problem, now that I think about it. So, hitting trees is just a slight problem there. And we'll be coming through and doing the landscaping so that this all slides in neatly later. But for now, we can go ahead and fill this in. Yep. And we'll be putting like a lid on top of this so that everything just works a lot better and it's smoother and stuff like that. Because otherwise, sometimes things just doesn't really flow nicely. But when you put a lip, that's probably the best word I've got for it. Like those upside down stairs, for lack of a better word. To what you use to keep spiders out of your base. That sort of style of look. It generally, I think, helps tie big blocky structures together and give it a bit of shape and detail. Here we go. Okay, so now we got that. And we can go ahead and add basically at this side. Let's first just hide here for a moment. Because we are playing with, would it be acid or fire? If we're describing Raine. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, if we stick our bag here for a moment, have a snooze, and then the rain will mysteriously go away, and we will appreciate a new day. Lovely, beautiful, perfect. Exactly what we need. So, now we got this. And all we need to do is, I wonder where we put our steps? Aha, perfect. And then, if we head up here for a moment, and we grab some of the stuff in these boxes, where we have, what's it called? Does it exist? Not really, but that's okay. We can take some Viridium, and basically we are going to make some of this, which is just some Viridium walls. And Viridium is one of the materials that we have used everywhere. It exists everywhere. It's basically like the show-off block of this build place. And I like it. It is a very nice green. And basically, where did the thing go? There did the thing go. Speaking of which, we have the powdered snow. We do not need it anymore. Yoink! Blink. Wait, we have more Viridium? Nice. We need to remember that. We really need to remember that. That is really good. That is onto it. That is good. Okay. Ouch. Okay. We take our stone cutter. We take our Viridium. We slap one down. We slap the other down. And we go for like a whole bunch of these. Because we're going to need them. Then we go this way. We cannot fly, this hurts. Ba-bom. Down here. And so what we're going to be doing is we do this. We forgot to grab the other thing. Hell yeah. Because if we go back up here. And then I think if we go like that, we get copper rods. Right. Which is exactly what we need. So we'll just make a whole bunch of copper rods. Because we're basically going to use them all. I think, probably. Boom. And boom. More. There we go, perfect. And these will eventually age. So I'm not too worried about the fact that they're bright right now. So, yeah. And what we'll do is at this space, we'll go ahead and this will happen. So that'll bring in the green that happens at most of the other places. And then at this point, we're going to go ahead and put in these. I think we're going to need to do it this way. Perfect. And those will slowly age. There we go. Perfect. And on top of this, we can go ahead and temporary block one of these, one of those, and then one of these. And we do that basically all the way around. You cannot stop me from my aquatics. I exist in my aquatics everywhere. And this should become what we will have for everywhere. Pop out. Cross. And then also, just so that we don't have a weird block shape, or what would you call it? A weird hole in the wall? You do that. Saves everything looking weird. Ta-da! And basically, no, we're talking here. Thank you. Please go away. Thank you. Oh, and you give us copper. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, and that's basically the design we're going to be copying all the way across there. Should be good. Oh, no, we need to go this way. What was I thinking? So, the reason why we're going with a fairly simple design is the fact that this is going to be a fairly large scale area, and most of it's going to be underwater. So we're not going to be dealing with a lot of it being seen. Also, I have just realized we probably need our emergency boat close by. Otherwise, we are going to get wet. We're going to start hurting, and this is not going to be great. So let's go grab our emergency boat. I've just realized that Pearl was probably not the ideal throw. Okay, emergency boat acquired. Because otherwise, we're probably going to have some problems with having our... what's it called? Our protections run out at the most inopportune times, and then we will have some problems. Because the whole water protection running out at an inopportune time, not ideal. Not ideal in the least. I'm also not worrying about having the Viridium end about there, because, well, frankly, from the surface, we're not going to really notice, because look at that. It's kind of like, well, we're good. I mean, we could copy it and keep it going, but it's fine. It's fine. We should be good. Okay. And then we go... that is the wrong direction. I forgot that these were that directional. It's been quite a while since I've actually decorated with these. So I was like, oh, go figure. In fact, I think these go under the category of I don't normally decorate with them, so I'm not sure what them changing color is actually moddable or what, because I have one of them in the fountain and it's all green, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, but I have no idea if that's actually a mod thing or if that's a not mod thing. Whoop. doop. This is fine. Yes, it is. We're good. Doop. We are probably going to need to use up a lot more copper for this. I'm going to cry probably if we have to use up this much copper. Well, I probably won't cry. We don't need to use up that much copper, right? Oh. Perfect. Because basically... Come on. There we go. Perfect. So we still need to figure out what on earth is happening with the... Oh, we could do it that way. Yeah, that would look good. And then have that... That was the wrong thing. Going at the wrong direction. There we go. Perfect. And then like so. Then like that. Yeah, I'm there for that. Now we need to get up there. This is the power of an Enderman that is able to go in the water. They fall in at every moment. One of those. Oop. There we go. Perfect. And then if we turn that way, we should be having just like, it should give quite a, there is a word for it. A textured front without it actually being overpowering. Which, with it being a large scale, is kind of what we need in this area, I think. There we go. Like, I don't think large-scale builds, when you're dealing with a whole lot of stuff, should be hugely detailed in everywhere. I think it's more about what kind of details you can put in smaller areas. Like, it's one thing to say, yeah, I can put detail in all of the areas all of the time, but to be able to go, I can put detail in some of the areas some of the time, and it still looks really good. I think that's a bigger thing. Me? Oop. Wait, where am I? Wait. I'm hearing a trident. Trident buddy! Hey! Wait, is this my looting? Okay, it's a looting tooth sword. Can you give me? Yes. Can we have your trident? Can we? Please? Did we get it? Oh, that is somewhat disappointing. We might actually... That is something we actually have the opportunity of getting now, is actually a trident. We can go underwater, we can get a trident. Oh, wait. The only time we can actually use a trident effectively is when we add channeling to it and then go out into a Badlands or something in thunderstorms. That is not probably ideal. Okay, we need to grab some more end stone. Alley-oop. And I believe we have a whole backpack of it over here. We can just adopt and bring with us. Right, I don't think there's... Oh, yeah, there is that. So if we take this, then that'll probably be good, right? And we can leave a whole bunch of junk behind. Nope, we need that. That is not junk. That is definitely not junk. But we can leave that and then take this. Wait, is that? Nope, not that. That. There we go. Perfect. And then turn all of this into what we need. And then, perfect. Wait. I keep forgetting about the lack of elytra. This hurts. Okay. So, figure if we go ahead and from here. So from here, we can actually see how the basic idea of this build is actually going. We have the black contrasting with the white and the off-white. The lightning rods are going to turn green eventually. They're probably not going to be turning green for quite some time because of the fact that they're all close together. But we do have... things are just not sitting right. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. I've messed things up. There we go. Perfect. Okay. But it does give you the bare bones of how it is going to look. So we'll be able to actually go ahead and have a general idea. If we just pop over here. And doobie-doobie-doo. And we'll be ending up filling in this with end stone just to have that sort of look. Except it probably won't be this. Oops. Oops. Come back. Please come back. That was about here, right? There we go. Perfect. And instead, something like this. So it gives that whole, what would you call it? A water gutter? So that everything sort of flows into the gutter, everything is safe, everything is sane, and that is where the water goes. And it also stops it being a huge clump of just end stone. Because no one likes a huge clump of anything. Except maybe diamonds. But even then, that's not for aesthetic's sake. That's because it's bling. At least I hope it's just because it's bling. If it's because you're wanting to build a house just out of diamond, then I worry for your aesthetic sense. But each to their own, I guess. Like, you can technically build a house out of diamond and have it look good, but you'd need other blocks to make it look good. I mean, technically... I'm sort of cringing thinking about it. Okay, so I'm thinking on these corners we'll do a special thing to make them sort of not look the corner meh look. So what we'll do is we'll take just a line of quartz and lead it up, and then we'll fill in with some viridian. And that'll be our corner. It's nice, simple, actually kind of modern, but still looking pretty snazzy. Bum, bum, bum. And you'll notice that, like, unlike a lot of the other designs that's been floating around on the builds, There we go. There's the word. Other build designs. This doesn't have like the fancy. Here's the with the stairs going that way. That's the word. Not the word, but it's the demonstration that counts, right? So with this, it's supposed to be more of a functional piece, and we could, if we wanted, put a stair like that, and that would probably be pretty helpful, but I don't think it's actually, now that I think about it, that looks rather nice. Yeah, let's do that. And that'll just help tie it in, now that I think about it. See, smart person. Oh. The smart person miscounted the blocks in one of those parts. No idea who that could have been. Smart person's managed to do that in... No, that one's fine. It's just this one that I've managed to do it. Okay, let's fix this. All we need to do is remove that, slap that in the wrong direction. And then go like that. And it's perfect. As soon as we remove this. Perfect. So that helps with the whole tying everything together. And a boop. Perfect. So all we need to do is do that to the other side and we're good. And with doing stuff like this and working at it, because what we're doing is we're building the general shape and the general, what would you call it? Design of the build. And we're using shape language that comes from the other buildings that already exist. And by doing that, it's sort of creating a welcoming platform for anything that's coming in, if that makes sense. Because by having... there we go. It makes everything feel like it's all tied together. And by having everything using the same shape language, we have ran out of everything almost. It makes everything feel like it's from the same place, and everyone that's built like this has used the same thought processes and it's come from the same place. So if you wanted to go ahead and make it so that people feel like they're from multiple places and have come together and do a lot of thoughtful... No, that's not the right word. Cultural exchange, I suppose. A good way to do that would be to have varying styles, but using local materials, or using varying materials, but the same style. And that would be an easy way to have that feeling of cultural exchange while still having... oh, that is a lot of copper. While still having the look of difference. Where is some more? We're probably going to need a couple of stacks at least. Or more. Probably more. If I just turn all of these into There we go. Perfect. And we will probably need to come back for the rest. Oh, it hurts for not wearing elytra. It hurts in the most literal sense. I wonder if this was what Mojang planned when they added elytra. Everyone will die from fall damage when they take off their elytra. Splat! Because some days it sure feels like it. Bum, bum, bum. There we go, perfect. And you can sometimes find examples of that sort of cultural exchange around the world. More so nowadays that there is such a global economy. And especially with how homogenized and shared about architecture is becoming. Like, there's I think it was a project proposed in Egypt where they were looking to make a new main capital. And in the proposed project, they were looking at actually going ahead and and having a sector that was French inspired, a sector that was, I think it was, it was definitely a French inspired sector. There was definitely a traditional, I think it was Egyptian inspired, and then I think there was a Middle Eastern inspired sector. And there was also some other sectors, and they were expected to have architecture that were inspired by those places. Now, some of those places did not have climates anywhere close to Cairo. So it's like, okay, I wonder how you're going to compensate for this. It made me curious, seeing the report on this. Here we go. Lightning rods all lined up in a row. Also, first time we have a storm here. I bet you this is going to light up like anything. Because when you look at the different climates and how these buildings were designed, it made me wonder how they were going to do it. I'm not sure if the project is still going on or anything, but it does make me wonder, like, if it did not get reviewed or something? Or at least eco-sustainability? Or whether it was more important to be the posher people. I think would be the closest term there. Because I really hope that it actually gets reviewed, because the general idea of the whole thing was really cool. It had a lot of good ideas in it, like it had a lot of solar power involved in it. It actually had, if I remember correctly, I could be getting another another theoretical city mixed up with it. But I believe it had these sorts of greenway theoretical ideas on diverting some of the Nile into a greenway system and then feeding it back into the Nile so that it was able to create green spaces, which on one hand, I do not know enough about horticulture and the desert and anything like that to say whether it's actually practical or not. On the other hand, it sounded cool. It's like the idea of regreening the desert is amazing. Like, and go them for actually thinking about plans on doing that. Because having like greenery and like bringing green back into the desert, because like there is some evidence that, well, there is actual evidence, I should say, that Africa was not always so much as it is. So it's just like, yes, this is definitely steps in the right direction, and that's pretty awesome that they're looking at that like that. But I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so now we have two sides. That just leaves this side. So we don't need this side to match any other side at the moment. It's a free side. So what we're going to be doing is having it match itself. And what I'm going to do is actually have it look a bit fancy. And I'm going to go ahead, because this, totally on purpose. Not an accident at all. Okay, apparently we're going for a swim. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're good. Okay, so now we got this. What we can do is we can go ahead and have basically a very bulkhead-like thing, where in the middle over here, we can take out this block here and this block here, replace it with that and that, going up the right way. Yeah, there we go, perfect. Because once we do that, it gives us basically a, what would the word be? A viewpoint in which everyone's eyes are drawn to, and we can go ahead and add Viridium to the outside. And we can swap out these two blocks here for Viridium once we're actually out of the water. I think that's probably going to be our next step. Boom, boom, boom. Earlier. Perfect. And what we can do is, with that, we can make a very posh, fancy thing. And like, it's very interesting looking at proposed cities and things like that. Because sometimes you can see the general idea on where, what would you call it? The builders behind the work are looking at. We actually are going to need a full block behind here, because otherwise we've got a lump there and no lump there, and that is not ideal. Although what we can do is remove this block and nobody will notice. I think it's what we're going to do. Okay. Oh, but we are actually going to need a lump, because otherwise this won't make sense. Okay, so what we'll do is we will have that like that, because this all needs to connect up eventually. So, by doing this, what we can do is have this go like this, and then come along like so. Therefore, giving the general idea of basically everywhere else. And then, where did it go? There. And then along like this. Perfect. And I'm thinking we'll just bring it along like everywhere else. But instead of having the full blocks, we'll have just the half blocks. These aren't half blocks. I'm busy looking at them and like, oh, these are not half blocks, they are stairs. I'm getting my goobery facts mixed up. And then at this point, we put some of this down, and we go like this. And then the stairs will be something else. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Perfect. And so we check this out. And we go, Okay, and this does not look very good. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of this, we're going to slap that over there, and we're going to pretend that this does not exist. So all we need to do is we need to go and do a thing like this. Oh, it's only you. I was busy thinking that my water was running out and we were going to drown and we was going to hurt, but no, it was just a drowned. It was a drown failing at life. Come here, sir. Bear my sword. There. That is the appropriate reaction. Do-do. That went up the wrong way. Oh. And that should be everything that we need. Did get this right? Perfect there, and then perfect there. Yeah, we are all correct. So now all we need to do is fill in the flooring. So for that comes the fun part. Step 1, we need to get rid of some trees. Step 2, we need to figure out what kind of floors we need. But we have the step 2 being the easy part, because all we're doing is copying over on up here. So if we look up here, boom, 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 and we go and we look at our paths, and we look at this, we have basically, we are copying this, which has bone blocks, calcite, limestone, cut limestone, and shrooms. We have shrooms for availability, and it works lovely. And that's going to be our pattern. Doopy-doopy-doo. And so we got our calcite, bone blocks, both types of limestone, and some shrooms. It takes a while to get the shrooms. So, shrooms are used sparingly, but we love the shrooms. Shrooms are nice. We appreciate the shrooms. Bum, bum, bum. And some shrooms. And we'll cut up some more limestone because we like it. And what we can also do is inlay a pattern of probably a mixture of viridium and cut copper into the wharf so that we are actually able to have, just something cool. And when we have a frog light farm up and running, we can also inlay some viridium frog lights so that we've got some cool lights going on too. And it should look good. Bum, bum, bum. And the basic we forgot our axe. That we did. Okay. Now the problem here now becomes that my axe has gone walkabout. I'm not sure where it's gone. It's gone somewhere funny. I don't know where it is. It's a problem. But hey, I'm sure we'll be able to find it. Because if we look in here, there's nothing. If we look in here, there's nothing. If we look in here, nada. This is the backpack that is used every day. There is a sword. It is a very nice sword. I appreciate that sword. Nope. Nil. Nah. Nana. Nope. Wait. Wait. Waste lightning rod? Oh. Go figure. And then we come over here. Oh. I know how that happened. Okay, so basically we went in raiding, and I'm still not wearing my elytra. Double space does nothing. We went in raiding, and we found a whole bunch of stuff as seen in that chest, and that is only some of it. And with the going in raiding, I ended up dumping a whole lot of stuff in a chest, and obviously that included my axe. So that is why my axe is in a funny place. So eventually all of these trees will be disappearing, but for now oh, I didn't need to clear that tree. We should only be clearing these trees over here because it should only be up to about this podzol line that we'll be clearing. Because I don't think we'll need anything else. Okay. And if we're lucky, we can even grab that beehive while we're at it. Because this has silk touch on it. So I think this one's the one with silk touch. Yes, it's the one with silk touch. And I think it's a matter of if the bees are in it, great. If the bees aren't in it, well, oh no, we can actually leave it. Technically, we can grab it later because we are going to want to make this area pretty, but frankly, it's not a priority right now. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start from basically over here and just put in big swathes of pattern, because doing it that way means that we're going to be able to have just a general patterning happen, and having larger chunks of pattern will have the area feel more used. And although one thing that we're going to have to be very subtle on is the mushroom block, because we only have like 2 stacks of the stuff readily available. I know there's more somewhere, but I have forgotten where it is, which is a bit of a problem. But hey, we can work with that, right? And it doesn't really matter which way we put the mushroom, the bone blocks, as long as they're just put down. And one of the things that we need to do is make sure none of these patches touch each other. That is a big thing that we need to think about. Don't let the tiles touch. Oop. And then from about here, 2 blocks in, we can start patterning for actually having things happen. So we can go 1, 2, 3, bring that down. And the idea for these patterns is that it's like someone removed tiles to put it in. So we are ignoring whatever pattern is happening. I went the wrong way. To add the greenery in. And I'm thinking that we go with different shapes of diamonds. Different shapes, different sizes. Different sizes of diamonds. There we go. Yep, I cannot shake the fact that that backpack sounds horrible. Oop, perfect. Bum, bum, bum. Oop. Perfect. And by basically doing this, it's an easy way to cover large areas and have them look visually interesting without overwhelming places. By having large swathes of stuff be coloured in with similar colours, you're able to have it be textured while still having sort of fade into the background. And we need one of those there. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll remove that. One of those there. We'll go for a larger diamond shape out of this block. And we'll need to start bringing it in on the next block. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put smaller iridium blocks of diamonds on the outside. Oh no, that one's supposed to be a thing. We can worry about the blocks that are dropping down later. We don't really need to worry about them right now. And so, basically, we also don't need to worry about the fact that these patterns are overlaying with the side, because these ones are there with or without the design. Or in this case, pattern. If you're not feeling up to doing... If you're doing something similar and you want to do this, but you're not feeling like doing both the texture and the design at the same time, then just doing the texture and then the design is an easy way around it. Boom. we go. Now, I think if we go with some calcite over here, because using mushroom blocks sparingly is definitely the name of the game, because running out of those is going to be painful. Because although we have a dark forest, where is it? Oh, it's so cool seeing that on the map. We have a dark forest here, and then I think a dark forest up here, which is much bigger. And then I think the next one is a little itty bitty one over here. It's still like, I gotta go through, I gotta clear up all of these mushrooms, and then I've got the mushroom tops to deal with. I don't feel like doing that. Although we do have all the shulkers that we can fill up with mushroom blocks. Like, we have almost a double chest full of shulker boxes now from end raiding. So that is a thing that we can go around with. This is not letting us up. Well, we're going on a trip now. Oh yeah, that is a look. It's gonna be nice seeing those lightning rods do its thing. Alright. Perfect. Well, not really perfect. We went for a swim. And it's really nice having the option to actually, you know, go in the water and not die. Oh my goodness! I've just realized. So, a long time ago, we went and we fought a pirate ship. I think it's this pirate ship here. And we ended up in the water. And going in the water, we died. So, with one of the mods we have, it saves our items in a safe state. So, in the water, our items are in the equivalent of a graveyard. Just over there. And they've been there since forever ago. So, we can actually go get our items now. Like, I don't think there's much to actually get, except some very early diamond gear, which we can put up on some armor stands and be like, yes, it has finally returned. Woohoo! But hey, we have gear back. We can get gear. And I think it was our first elytra. Yeah. It took us, like, oh my goodness. And I think there's some dogs there still too, now that I think about it. Oh my goodness, that'd be great. Ba-ba-ba. I am there for that. Whoop. Okay, if we grab some mushroom stems and just do a slight covering here, and then we can start the pattern up again. And what I'm thinking is over here, we'll come back after we've covered everything. We'll do the viridian. These are not very impressive. Like, it looks nice, but it's not very impressive. It'll probably look better when we put in the... what's it called? The viridian. Hopefully it'll look better. Fingers crossed. This is supposed to be the pot area, right? Oh, but then it is the dock. It's supposed to be a working area. And we'll be able to also add, like, probably not, because with docks, if it's a working area where you also have, dignitaries, you have fishermen, you have all sorts of classes and walks of life interacting with each other, you can build off that and you can have, like, different types of things all working together. So you can have cranes, and you can have jury-rigged buildings, and you can have all sorts of things built off something that is made with purpose and still having it look pretty good. That's 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey. Oh no, that's right. We got it. We got it. Perfect. And that makes... And it'll still make visual sense because of the context of what you're building, which is something to keep in mind, the context of what you build. Because, like, when you build a library, for example, if you build a... Oh no, wait, this is... If you build a modern library in a modern town, it doesn't really make sense to build an old Alexandrian type building with big gargoyles and things like that. But if you build a skyscraper full of glass and call it a library, that doesn't really make sense either in the context, right? Although, granted, you might have libraries like that where you're at. So, context is also something that is influenced via lived life. So, having stuff like that happen with odd skyscrapers and things like that. So let's add a little bit of... Oh, we've had mushroom at the top of that one before, so let's add a little bit of mushroom there. You can have, like, posh skyscrapers if it makes sense for the build area that you're doing, I suppose. But if I take the general idea of my lived experience and builds that I know of for libraries. I'm talking about libraries because there's one over there. There it is, off in the distance. So we've done a library. So, and generally, libraries are more of a place that's tucked in, and it's generally not so much of a building that is everywhere and a monolith. Because when you think of a monolithic type building, a skyscraper type building, they're the center of attention type building. Are we? And we are out of that. Whereas having a building that is more designed to chill out and relax and do that sort of thing, like a library, it's more a shorter, robust shaped language, right? You don't, and granted, I have not been to many libraries around the world. I think I've only been to 2 countries' libraries, apart from my own. And both times, they're generally quite a more chill experience. They're more... what is the word? You don't tend to have more than a few stories. They're not these large towering structures. Although, sometimes they are situated in skyscrapers. And they might take up a couple of stories. Oh yeah, that green is definitely the look. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So, I think we're definitely onto it with the green. And then, once we get some more of this going, and having that sort of shape language, and thinking about that sort of shape language when it comes to builds, and not just like trees and things like that, because you can take shape language and assign it to trees or things like that, and have like cute fluffy trees or oh. What are you doing here? Okay, that is an illusioner. They make you blind. They shoot arrows. Oh, good, you despawned. They also, if you shoot them within range of a village, you can trigger a raid. It's not always good. And my villagers are not protected against raids. It is not ideal. Okay, we get. Oh, we messed up. Oop. Step back. Do. Okay. We are back in action. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think this is going back the other way now. Yes. That. One. Perfect. So, doing things like actually pondering shape language on your builds, like, and mixing your shape language with what you're building can actually really help sometimes. Like, having a very square squat build or a very like round and I'd want to call it fluffy. Even when it's a building, can lead to some fun times. Like, even when it's a tall type building, and still having like round domes or things like that can lead to having some really cool thoughts when people look at buildings. Like, if you put domes on top of buildings and things like that. And like, it's a mixture between oh, please let me out. Oh, we missed. Where am I? I don't know anymore. Okay, there we are. Okay. I think that went in the water again. Okay, we're just going to swim for it. That's better. We'll swim. We're sane, sensible people that swim. Okay. You know, I am so grateful. Can I just mention the fact that I am so grateful that water protection does not break when you're actually using it underwater? Like, could you imagine how it would work if it was just like, yes, congratulations, we break. Oh, that would suck. We'd have to be like stopping halfway through this and being like, yep, congratulations, we're going to make a pit stop and go fight. I don't know what we'd be going fighting. We'd probably have to take on a dungeon or something. Go fight. Okay. We go like so. Oh. No, we can work with that. Because honestly, the amount of water damage we have prevented by wearing this armor is impressive. I'm not sure if my poor Enderman body would have been able to stand living in the water for this long otherwise. Even with the amount of quick get-outs we've managed to take. Perfect. It's like, it's one thing to... No. No. It's one block off. All of these are one block off. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to finish the textures, and then we are going to come back and we are going to replace all of this and put it in its right place. Because I think that is probably going to be the sane option. And we will be able to see it all in its lovely glory. And it'll probably be faster to do it that way. Why is it always one block off? I swear, every time I try to do something that's like in the middle of something, it's always one block off. Like, the staircase was one block off. This is one block off. Everything is one block off. Oh my goodness. Oh. I need like a one block off emote when I get monetized, and like just... So if you guys see it before I do, you can just like spam it and be like, yes, it's one block off, and I'm like, oh no. The pain. Like, one time I ended up building this tower that went from bedrock up to world height, old world height, in Update Aquatic. And I didn't realize until I'd finished building the base tower, and I hadn't started like doing any of the internal decorating, but I realized once I was doing the final dome, because it was a dome on the top, and the radius of the tower was something like 40 blocks. No, that was the because it had a middle tower and then it had an outer tower, and the middle tower was 40 blocks, and then the outer tower was substantially bigger. I don't remember what the outer tower was, unfortunately. But it wasn't until I was doing the final dome that I realized that the entire thing was out by 3 blocks on one side. And somehow I had made a mistake in like halfway up the tower. I had fudged something, and then basically I had to go and fudge this entire dome, because at that point it was either remove half a tower and start again with no idea on where I had messed up, or go ahead and just try and fudge around this mistake. 10 out of 10. Trying to work around mistakes is so hard. Like, counting things, it's, oh my goodness. It's a nightmare. Full on nightmare. Ba-ba-ba. Speaking of which, we sleep. Okay. So, once we get to... We'll cut straight across here because these seem to be uneven for some reason. I would have no idea why. I blame spelling. I am spelling, so I can blame spelling. And let's grab some more bone blocks because we need them. And then we'll be able to just go ahead and have everything sorted out. Ready up? No? This one? Yes. Grab. We need any more calcite? Yes, we do. Okay. So, from here, we'll be able to go ahead and basically just finish this off, and then we'll be able to re-put in the pattern. Because apparently that is exactly what we need to do. Bum, 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 bum. And one of the things I'm deliberately making sure I'm doing is having the bone blocks go every which way, because by doing that, it's not having this is the exact way the bone blocks are going vibe, and making it feel like boards or tiles or anything like that, so that it's just cruising on and things are chill. Oh. There we go. And all we need to do is fill in some of this. And then we should be good. Done. Okay, now comes the part where we gotta pull out all of these. Boop. And it's probably going to be better if we fill this in, and then we'll come in later and just have our regrets. I think it's probably going to be the best way to describe this. Boop. Although it is a satisfying sound, just hearing all those splashes. I'm here for the splashes. Okay, cool. And we grab our copper. Oh, I think I hear a zombie. So, one thing with doing patterns and stuff, if you're doing a really complex pattern, it's probably better to, like, in my opinion, when it comes to doing patterns, I find that it's easier to, if it's a simple pattern, just like doing diamonds and things, just to wing it. But that isn't the case for everyone. But when you're doing, like, really big, complex patterns, you might find it easier to do a sample pattern first. And to do a sample pattern, it's basically you set aside a square and then work out the pattern in general and how it repeats and how it happens in a general area before you actually make it in the real build. Okay, so we need one there. Oh, okay. And what we can do is we can actually see what it looks like actually bigger. Ooh, while we're here. And see if we like it. Because this could actually be a better option. I did something funky here. That will be it. Wait, what? Huh? Why is this screwball? Okay, that's even. That's hitting the corner. That's hitting the corner. We don't want those. Oh no, that's all even. Okay. So, because if we go like this, then we can put a central pattern inside. Decisions. But this does use up a lot more copper. Actually, let's go with it. All we need to do is through. There we go. And this will give us something that we can play around with on the inside. And it'll probably actually end up turning out a bit more complex. And probably using up a lot more parts. Oop. Come back here, please. If we can manage to actually, you know, put the blocks where they're supposed to go, because at the moment they just keep falling into places where they're not supposed to go. And that is not ideal. Oop. Thank you. We really need to rescue that mushroom block. Like, we don't have to worry about all the rest of the blocks, but the mushroom block we need to rescue. Because having no mushroom blocks, that is not ideal. So if we go 1, 2, 3, and I love calcite, but it's such a pain to mine when you've got multiple layers of efficiency on. Like, it's too fast. You end up just breezing through it and mining too much. Okay, and then if we just start this one going this way, we should end up hitting somewhere about right. Right? Bingo! Okay, now we better collect our blocks. We need that mushroom block. Mushroom blocks are our friend. So I'm kind of thinking that we go in with kind of a internal diamond and then another sort of pattern on top of that. 1, 2, 3. And we go like so. And that should help. That calcite is really tedious. I think tedious would be the word I'd use. Tree. So by doing stuff like that, it makes it look all fancy, but it doesn't actually make it that hard to build. Like, it's quite a... We just pop up here. It's actually quite a simple design that's quite quick to do and adds quite a lot. And you can do this with any sort of block too. Let's get out of the rain real quick. Speaking of which, we have got to do a beehive farm soon. Because I'm kind of thinking that we should add honey to one of the things that we should use. Either honey or honeycomb. Because it's fun to work with. It's pretty. I will pretend I understood what I did there. Oop. 1, 2, 3. And so, by basically doing this sort of thing, we're able to just, like, this brings it from just boring to, okay, it looks cool, to, oh my goodness, this is a posh place. And if we wanted to add just an extra bit of pizzazz, we could go and add something like this. Like that. If we really wanted to, I'm not so big on it, but it can stay. Because it sort of adds interest in these bland areas. And when it comes to when we have frog lights, we'll be able to swap them out. Because I think these will be good spots for frog lights. And just having a couple of frog lights there. Boop, boop. There we go. Perfect. That is going to be the general idea for that. Speaking of frogs, we really should set up frog pond. But I think that is a later time. That is definitely a later time. So if we just put that there and then grab our blocks. Ow. I miss feather falling so bad right now. Like, I know feather falling is not what we need. I know the water protection is what we need for dealing with the water and actually going in the water, but still, ow. Like, we have jumped off so many places, but it still hurts. It hurts my little toes. I'm not sure if this is worth it, jumping off things and still going, ow. Okay, we need some of this. Actually, we need a lot more of this. We are running low because now comes the fun part of doing more of this. Like, one of the main parts of having this all raised up is so that if we have a boat, we can actually make it of a really cool size and be able to put in basically some cool sails and things like that, and it can be a really posh galleon type boat. And actually have it look like it's here to trade and stuff. As well as having different fishing vessels and things like that. And yep. And I think that'll be good. Did we leave the... We did not. Okay, so let's just slip this all back into here. Limestone, mushroom stem, calcite. Perfect. That's all we need. And then go grab some more blackstone. Yep. Which we happen to have a lot of. And we are probably going to need a bit more than that. So we'll leave that there and worry about sorting it later. I'm sure we won't have any problems with that. Doop-a-doop-doo. And the good thing about this is the fact that with terracing this like this, basically having this coming out means that it's actually going to be easier for the terracing later because of the whole flattening out this way. So we're only going to have to remove like 3 layers of dirt or stuff for when we get back to over here. Or at least for the most part. Should be good. And across. And that should just smooth on over and bullseye. And if we look over here, we can see that these are already starting to turn. And we can see that we've got a couple of lightning rods just starting to age and copperize. Copperize? Oxidize. There we go. That's the right term that we need. So we'll be able to just go and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, wait, we need to actually fill in the rest of this. Because otherwise we're going to have problems long term. And that won't be ideal. Hi, squid. I just realized something. We'll actually be able to make a squid farm. This is great! With a squid farm, we can have black ink. Because I was not looking forward to having to build a wither farm. Like, yeah, we can build a wither farm still, but, oh, I'm kind of terrified of the idea. And anyways, having a squid farm is kind of adorable. Especially if it's axolotl powered, because you just see the axolotls going everywhere and having their meals, and it's adorable. And you can have a squid farm just going as it is, and just... Please go away, squid. And you can have it just running in the background under a village or whatever. And it won't be any big deal. Whereas with a farm, that's kind of... like, I imagine it would be kind of loud. I thought you guys only showed up in the daytime. In the nighttime. Seriously. There's a lot of drowned in this area. And squid. There is a lot of squid too. Oh. Perfect. Like, we're definitely getting the hang of jumping out when the going gets tough. That's what's happening. We're jumping out when the going gets tough. Yep. And then... Wait, does that mean we're the tough get going? Does that make us tough? Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going? Is that how the saying works? I'm not entirely sure that is the correct usage of the saying, but I'm kind of there for it. If it is not, then it amuses me. But I'm also here for it. Okay. Oh no, we still got some more. Perfect. And we are done the black. Okay, so from here we're just going to extend along the rest. And what that's going to do is make our thing. Wait, can we just throw the pearl and let that do its thing? Aha! We are onto it. We got this pearl idea going down. Okay, here we go. Hey! I still don't know why I thumbs up the screen so often. It's just like, yeah, we did it! And then, no, you guys can't see thumbs up. This doesn't work like that. And then I'm just disappointed. And then it's like, oh, don't work like that. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. On one hand, having the interactivity of streaming is great. On the other hand, like, I'm sometimes disappointed in the fact that I forget the fact that I do not have fingers. So it's like, oh, the fingers do not work. It is sad. But like one day there will be fingers, and I will be happy that there are fingers. It is sort of a future fingers thing. Because I think that fingers should happen. And on the other hand, there is a lot of finger insanity in the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There does end up being a lot of hand waving and stuff going on. Of, oh, that happened. Oh, did you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 5. 4, 5. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Okay. That should be everywhere that the blocks need to go. And we might extend this. That's 2 blocks so that we have a full coverage everywhere that we need it to go. Perfect. And fingers crossed that we actually have enough blocks to go around. That'll be awkward otherwise. And let's just grab that, as we are going to need it. Perfect. And like when it comes to actually inputting shape language into your cities and things like that, your builds in general, because it doesn't have to be cities. Like you can do that with a whole bunch of trees. Like you can have scary trees and dead trees and things like that, and or scary trees and happy forests and things like that. That's a better way of putting it, rather than scary trees and dead trees. You can actually, you can have the same blocks go into a gentle, welcoming forest and a scary forest, and still have the same sort, well, but have completely different outcomes. Like, if you go ahead and make bubbly, fluffy type leaves and things like that, with soft, upraised branches that are nice and just gentle flowing, then that'll give you a much more welcoming forest vibe, especially if there's lots of space for light to filter through. But if you go ahead and make lots of area for trunks to go through between trunks to show. That is dirt. That was not ideal. I need to get aqua affinity on this. If you make lots of space for trunks to show through and not let lots of light to shine through and have the leaves be all scraggly and stuff like that, then it immediately provides a lot more of a intimidating vibe and stuff like that. And if the angles on the trees are a lot harsher, and especially if the proportions are a little bit out of whack, that can also help in things just feeling a little off. Not having the proportions out of whack enough that the build just doesn't look good. Just out of whack enough that things are in that uncanny valley zone. Like, it's still a good build, but people are going, something's not right here. And stuff like that is, when you get the hang of it, you can actually use to your heart's content. And let's take a drink. I took a drink of the healthy juice. It's sour. Didn't expect that. It had bits in it. Okay, we need to be wary of the healthy juice. Anyways, let's have water instead. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we are out of the stuff. Apparently. By playing around with proportions and things like that, you're actually able to change what you communicate to the people that see your build. And by doing stuff like that, you're able to give off different vibes. Like, if you look at this place, well, not that those are rocks. But at this, and well, we need to go up this way anyway, so we may as well. At this place, you can see that there is a lot of structure to it that follows quite elaborate cutting and making and things like that. The roofs are flat, therefore it's warm here. And stuff like that. And by doing things in those manners, it actually helps indicate that, you know what, it helps indicate the kind of place it is. The fact that it's using bright colours as most of the time, dominant thing. Like over here, even though there is a lot of dominance in the black and the dark grey, there is still bright colour in the viridium, the copper, and the end stone poking out. And by doing stuff like that, it helps, what would the word be? Balance things. Just grab some more of these. We're going to need them. I did not think I'd be using my copper like this. And so, what you can do. Ta-da! And what that does is it basically just makes everything flow together nice and work well. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll just these up. Okay. Perfect. But wait. No squid. Bad squid. That is the wrong tool too. Because I'm pretty sure. Right, fill that in. Okay, perfect. Did I miss a spot? I did not miss a spot. Okay. We'll be able to just go ahead and do this. And like that. Perfect. Like that. Because we're basically copying over the same pattern. And the only thing that I think we might change is the design that's happening over there. Because if we change the design that's happening over there, we'll be able to help differentiate between a landing zone and a posture zone. Except what we will be doing later on in another stream is adding an area for basically fishermen and stuff like that to come up and be like, yeah, we dock our craft here, it's chill, and stuff like that. Because just having a big posh wharf is one thing, but having it so that basically the whole entire town can use it, that's a completely other thing. Okay, we have got to sleep. Boop. And boop. Hopefully we don't fall in the water. Boop. Nope. Perfect. Oh, sweet. We do have more. I was a bit worried for a moment that we didn't have any more viridium. And I kind of think I will finish this off stream and I will say goodbye. And I will see you all next time. Bye!